Crazy start to the race. I am Rage F1, as always. I'm joined by Hardy. How you doing, buddy?
I'm very good. How are you?
Very good. We had to do a quick little intro there, guys, because obviously this is going into a little bit of a crazy setup. We almost got a full grid there. I think someone dropped out the last minute. I think it was Marco having a problem. I don't know if you can get him back in, Hardy. I think he's going to miss the one-shot quality, unfortunately.
We have tried. If he doesn't connect, unfortunately, we can't get him back in. We have tried.
Okay.
That is it.
No, well, he'll be in for the main race. That's the only problem. Unfortunately, he's got a bit of a dodgy setup, and that is the dealio. I had to quickly get through that title. I'm really sorry. I know we like to get a nice fresh title for everyone when we come in, but the lobby was just a bit hard to get going today. But never mind. We are in. We are here. Now, this is a one-shot qualifying to decide what happens in this sprint race, which is a 5-lapper. And then that is the qualifying session for what will be a 50 race. So, in essence, we're doing a sprint quali like real life. I don't know who to go on board with at the moment, but I'm just going to guess someone towards the top. Let's whiz on through.
I bet with Ben. I think Ben's going to look very spicy. Ben and Jesper looking very good coming out of the first sector. So let's see what they can do coming onto the straight now. And Jesper looks like he's got it absolutely nailed.
Yeah, I'm on board at the moment with Jesper as he comes down through this little first sector. He is currently still leading Finn in second place, and Ben has just jumped him in second as well. Finn and Ben just literally look like they're swapping places. Beaker's fallen down to about 8th position. He's in the middle. That's not a good place to start. Everyone inside the top 10 will have these tyres that they've got on right now locked. They cannot change them. I think that's a great addition. I've tried to get it all working for us so everyone had an idea of what was going on. At the moment then, Jesper still leading this group through. Ben in second place, followed by Finn. Finn back up to second place. Ben's gone out on the grass. Liam might have a go here at third. As we're going down the back straight. This is crazy. I never thought it would be that frantic, but it actually is. You can see the tyres. Beaker is choosing the medium tyres. That means if he's inside the top 10, they will be locked, and he'll have to do the 5-lapper on them, and he'll have to start the 50% on them. This is pretty damn crazy stuff. We've got Jesper then still in the lead. Finn and Ben are battling it out. I think Jesper's going to get it. Sorry, you can't talk, Hardy. This is all me. Finn comes across the line and beeps Jesper at the end. Jesper in second. Ben Mills in third. Wow!
Absolutely exciting action. Great job there from Finn to take pole on the sprint qualifying. An absolutely insane session there.
That was amazing. We're definitely doing this again. I think it comes live in Monza. So now we're going to go straight over into a 5-lap race, which in essence is going to be the split sprint for the qualifying for the 50% that we've got in a minute. So although this is a bit crazy, we had to set the grid for what was happening here. And the best way of doing that is just do a straight off one shot. The only difference is whatever tyre you start on, if you're inside the top 10, is now locked in. And you've got to use that through every session. So Beaker then, a big surprise, on a medium tyre. The only driver to do it has locked that tyre in for the medium. If he finishes inside the top 10 in the next one, he'll have to use it in the 50% race. So this is a bit of a sacrifice he's doing to try and get some speed out in the
So then, whilst we wait then, guys, for the next bit then, as we missed it before, this is then what we're on to then, round 7 at Silverstone. So we will bring you the action in a split second then, so we're going to have to go for this very quickly then. So as I've said before, this is sprint qualifying, new for this race. So the points will only be for the top 3, and the tyres that you've used for this session, if in that qualifying, then are going to have to be used for this sprint race. Of course, our previous race winner was Jonty, so he's going to be mighty good for the best around here as well. He is the man of the moment, so can anyone stop him? It looks like yes, we can, possibly. But of course, there's a 5-lap race going to be coming around, so we are going to go straight back to the action.
A bit of a nightmare to get everyone going. Well, I wonder where Hardy has just popped off to.
Do apologise for that. We just tried to get the video played on our end as well.
Ah, okay, got you. I was just going to say, obviously there's going to be no, this is just a straight start. There's can't be a formation, so hopefully everyone gets with the program as we lead Finn away. He's going to start this race. All of the lights are out as we go into this, what is effectively a qualifying session. It's a sprint race quali. Finn gets away. Jesper coming in behind. Ben Mills trying to sneak his way through. We got any disasters going on in the back there, Saf? I mean, oh my God, Hardy.
Yes, thank you for getting my name wrong. It's perfect. But yeah, it seems like everyone got through it nice and cleanly so far. But we do have a Mercedes off, actually. It's Jonty. Jonty's had a terrible start. I think he's taken avoiding action. Of course, as you said, this is sprint qualifying. So wherever we finish here is going to set the grid for our 50% race. So Jonty's got a lot of work to do in these 5 laps.
Yep, he's got it all to do. As we're watching right now, Ben Mills going around the outside of Jesper. We've got a sector flag yellow.
That is
sector 1, sorry,
at
yellow.
the end. He must have had an absolutely horrible start. We didn't catch it, unfortunately. And Guillen and Pato are both round, coming out of Woodcut, I believe. So that is unfortunate for them.
Okay, well, we're on board at the moment with Ben as he's hunting down Finn. This is for pole position in this race. We've only got 5 laps to do it.
But look on Liam, sorry to interrupt you, he's right on the back of
fine.
Jesper coming into Maggot and Beckett. They are so close, and we don't want to get the dirty air through here because it's just really going to settle the car. But Liam looking racy as ever, always the bridesmaid.
Yep.
But Jesper gets on the grass, and it's going to give Liam one hell of a chance to get past Jesper.
As you said it, got upset by Ben in front. The only person who didn't get upset there was Finn, who's leading this pack away quite well. I'm not going to lie, he's definitely commanding that lead. He said he's done no practice. Sector 2, we've got a yellow flag again. Tepco right behind Liam, almost going into the back of Liam, but manages to hold the car out. Torza just behind, Safso just behind him. Pulu, a little bit of a gap. Then we got Polecat, Twin Barrel J, Maku outside the top 10, as well as Yonti and Bicker, both outside the top 10. A lot of work to do. Jaxi doing very well. Last minute addition, 14th position for him. Yukia, Gian, Pato, Harv. Oh, they're coming into the pits. Oh, what are we doing now?
They must have had damage or something, because it is absolutely insane to play in a sprint qualifying session. That is just game, set, and match, unfortunately, for them. We're going back to the front then. Liam, Jesper, and Ben trying to fight for best of the rest, it seems, because, of course, there are bonus points on offer here for the top 3. So, Recycle Finn currently looking like he's going to take all 3 points. So, this is a great start for him.
Yep, the young Finn doing a brilliant job here. He is an absolute master. I must admit, he's using a pad. This is no wheel boy. This guy is probably one of the fastest guys you've ever seen on a pad. I know he doesn't like to admit it. He's very, very shy when it comes to his talents, but he is one of the fastest out there. Ben Mills then. Not sure if he's Shazoo anymore. It's just Ben on his own. But still, lovely addition to side by side. He is doing a stellar job in second. Jasper then in third. And Liam slightly falling back, but he's still there. Tepcro in fifth. What a qualifying session for him. And Marco, unfortunately, has left us again. Torza is looking like he's about to fight Tepcro. He's going to go for a move up the inside into Cops.
Oh, and him and Tepco gets so close. They actually do touch wheels there. So a little bit of wheel banging there. Just shows you how much pressure it is on this session for the drivers. And Tepco does look to get the place back. And can he hold it now? As Torza will get the inside edge for this corner. And yeah, Tepco does manage to keep it. It's a great drive from the pair of them.
Yep, Tepcro holding his own there, doing very well. And he's got Safso for company, fighting on the back of Torza. Safso versus Torza. It feels like season 2 all over again. Safso with the bit between his teeth. It's good to see him at the pointy end. He's in 7th place. I just noticed that Yonti is making moves. He's pushed down a couple of boys there. Twin Barrel J now outside the top 10. Yonti then is on a bit of a charge to get back where he needs to be. Right, at the top. We've only got 2 laps to go. Finn and Ben still fighting away, and Jesper looks really close to them now. Look at Jesper on the back of Ben.
Absolutely, you just see Ben gets a little bit all out of shape there, and Jesper goes for the move, possibly off track. That might have to be looked at by the steer. It looks like he's going to get the place back. So fair play there for Jesper. He's a firm driver and gives the place straight back to Ben. So it's Red Bull 1-2 once again.
Yeah, that was like Austin with Max Verstappen and Kimi Räikkönen up the inside, but took a bit too much curb, had to give the position back. It's good that Jesper saw that and didn't have to rely on people telling him later on after the race that he's got a slap on the wrist or a penalty for making a move there when he shouldn't have. But Ben got the DRS wide open, can't catch up to Finn.
Going for the move again on Tepco. Sorry to interrupt you, but he's just going around the outside this time. And will he try and make the move stick as Tepco tries to keep the inside? It looks like Torza's got that move nice and done, nice and cleanly. And he looks like he's got the place. So there goes Torza on the charge up to P5.
Yep, Safso's knocking on the door now, in 7th place, looking to get past. We've got 2 laps to go, Hardy, of this qualifying session. This setup can definitely stay. I absolutely love it. It's frantic, and we've still got a full 50% race to go after this. I bet these boys are loving it too. It's always good fun to get one of these crazy races. A Tepco goes deep! Safso's going to have a look round the outside here. Is this Paddock? I can never remember.
Yeah, I think it's Paddock.
Pulu up the inside, look there.
Yeah, absolutely insane for Pulu to be there. Just did not expect him there at all. He's leading his teammate as well, Polka, just behind him as well. So both Alpha and Merit on the charge now, attacking Safso.
Got a penalty though, Pulu. I think it's a 2-second or a 3-second, one of those small seconds. Yeah, it's because it's a 5-lapper. We've got 2-second time penalties coming in. Pato unfortunately getting one too. Unfi's got one, so's Jaxi. Gian then making his way back up. Looks like he's just taken a position. He's in 15th place. Yonti then is dropped down. Look, he's 13th. Something must have happened to Yonti. Because he was making moves on Maku, so that might have to be looked at. Just so everyone's aware, penalties will be amalgamated from both this session and in the main race. So if anyone's got any incidents they need to bring forward, both the penalties will be added at the end of the race. So if there is any unsportsmanlike moves or any kind of crashing, then it will be looked at the normal way. Right, looks like they swapped them round. That's a good idea. Team orders coming into effect. Polkat past Pulu for 8th and 9th.
Look at this though. So Jesper once again on the right on the back of Ben Mills. He can smell the gearbox of Ben Mills, and Ben just holding him up a little bit. This is really helping RF at the front now, just really extend Finn's lead.
Yep, Recycled Finn doing the business here. He's really running away now, got a second. And as we watch Ben and Jesper and Liam all come together and fight for this last position, this is good fun, this. I really do enjoy it. It keeps them on their toes. And this is only a qualifying session. How much fun is this in comparison to what we normally do? Anyway, Finn is going well away from the rest. Ben Mills then is separated by Jesper by 3/10 as we come through this little Woodcote section. And this is the final lap then. We've got Maggots and Beckett's.
And you can see as well, sorry to interrupt you, but that early decision of Polecat to switch with Pulu, he is right on the back of Safso coming out of Woodcote. So we'll see him now just get this charge down. Will he be able to follow him through Maggot and Beckett? It's the huge question that needs to be answered. If he can stay with Safso, he's looking for that move and will take him up to P7 if he can make it work for him.
We do start a new lobby, don't worry. It's all good, Marco. You'll be added to the back of the grid. We will take a pick. So it'll be added on to the end. Don't you worry.
That's the mix of him on Tepco, actually. Tepco, I don't know what's happened to him. He's just lost so much pace. And Tepco does not see Polka. And we've seen that before between the two of them, where Polka has lost a race from there. So that is unfortunate for Polka.
Maku sneaks up
and
the
Maku
inside.
Sneaks up, and will he take up the inside of Pulu as well? He tries it, but Pulu gets his elbows out. And he says, you are not coming back. And BK's lost it right behind them.
Beaker's lost it at the end. Oh, you can see him off there in the gravel. Beaker then right at the back. Oh, at least he's going to get free choice of tyres now. But never mind. That's Finn then. Gets pole position. Ben Mills will join him on the front row of the grid. Jesper and Liam, second row. Torza and Safso, third row. Look at that for a race. Fourth row will be Tepco and Maku. Look at Maku getting back up there. Fifth row, Polecat and Pulu. Good to see them there. Unfortunately for Polecat. And then sixth row is Twin Barrel J and Guillen doing good job to Twin to stay where he was. Then we've got 7th row, I think, Yuckier and Bicker. 8th row is Yonti Pato. 9th row, Jaxie and Unfi. And the last and the back is Harv and Marco. Woof. Crazy stuff.
What absolutely crazy session we had there. I mean, this is
fun.
what sprint qualifying is going to bring. Let's bring it on.
Hands down, bring it on. Yeah, we've got another one to look forward to. It's Monza, I think, where we get some sprint qualifying going.
Yes, absolutely, it will be.
Yep, so a couple of weeks' time. Driver of the day here doesn't count, so ignore.
Yeah, ignore
it will
that
only account in the main race. Thanks for sausage meat, Sam. Welcome, buddy. Right, so we're going to go back to the lobby here. Very unlucky for me, but there's no practice. Jaxie, mate, you are doing well. Don't you worry. So this will determine where we start the race. So we just need to get a good screenshot of this. Could you do the back end of the grid for me, Hardy? I'll do the top end.
I would love to, yes.
You do my back end, mate.
I've always wanted to do that, so that is
Thank you. I've got 1 to 14. If you can get me 14 to 20, that'd be absolutely fine.
Yes, I have 14 to 20. Whilst we wait, I will get the standings video up for everyone on the channel.
Perfect. Yes. Right. We might as well do that as well whilst we wait, because we'll be going back to the standings as we see it right now. Obviously, we've just we're halfway through this session right now, but obviously we had a quick start. So let's quickly go through Yonti and Liam, first and second, and then we got third and fourth. We got Safso and Jesper, 65 and 63. Look how close that is in the Alpine team. And then we got Torza and Polecat, 47 and 45. Fifth and sixth for them. Really close between those boys. And seventh and eighth, Bicker and Pulu, 42 points and 33 points each. And then ninth and 10th, Yuckier Maku. Look how good Yuckier is doing this season. 28 points. Maku, 27th in 10th. And then we got Ben and Finn, the Red Bull team, which is on a resurgence at the moment. 11th and 12th, 26th and 19 points. Tepco and Jay, 13th and 14th at the moment. Then moving outside the top, we've got Harv in 15th, Krista in 16th. Krista not with us this afternoon, unfortunately. Jaxie and Scars. Scars has actually become a reserve now, unfortunately, because he's broken his wheel. Jaxie is still with us. Unfi, and then we've got Vacant, which has actually been filled by Pato now. So that would be Pato in 20th, Unfi in 19th. Right, well, as we are going to rebuild this thingy, it will be 5 mins. Then...
Yeah, so please bear with us a second then, guys, while we just get this sorted. Of course, this is a brand new concept for us to actually get spring qualifying underway. So whilst we get a chance then, we will go through the points, of course. So the team points, as you can see on your screen, that Alpine are leading the way in the constructors standings, with Mercedes just very close behind, with Bika and Yonti trying to push them all the way. Aston Martin have had a great charge up of recent, with Liam and Maku doing a great job getting very good consistent points, of course. And then we do have Alfa Romeo actually doing quite a decent job in P4 overall, with the likes of Polkat and Pulu doing their best job that they can do to try and get the points and the pressure on for the rest of the top three. Then Williams have actually had a good job. We did have a little bit of an unfortunate problem with Crampy, unfortunately having to pull out of side by side, but Torza has actually done a superb job getting the points that has mattered to help that team out to get into 5th in the standings. Of course, McLaren are sat in 6th and they need to do a better job, of course. And if they can get a good result here with the likes of Twin Barrel J, and I believe he does have his teammate here. Actually, no, sorry, he doesn't have a teammate here. Unfortunately, it is, I believe, meant to be Marco for this week, so that is unfortunate. It does explain why they're a bit down on the standings. Ferrari, of course, in P7 and looking to improve all the time. And of course, we did just see an epic qualifying session with Tepco finally showing the pace that we've seen before in the past. He's had a little bit of bad luck, and it's great to see that pace finally come back and see what he can do. And if they can score big here, that will definitely help. And of course, Red Bull, ever since Red Bull got Ben Mills and Recycled Finn, they have been absolutely having superb performances. So expect them to jump from P8 to jump high up on this grid and put the pressure on to the likes of Alpine, Mercedes and Aston Martin. AlphaTauri with 4, and they're doing an okay job. And of course, Jaxie and Harv are doing as much as they can to put the pressure on, and really are putting in the time and effort to get points. And of course, Haas have had a very inconsistent driver lineup, unfortunately, through no fault of their own, and are in P10. So let's go from the team points to the driver points then. So Yonti is leading the charge with 85 points. And of course, Liam is now putting the pressure on with 72. Safso set up behind, of course, in P3. Of course, with his teammate Jesper in P4. Torza, though, another former champion in P5, and he's not too far behind as well. So the top 5 are looking very close and trying to put the pressure onto Yonti. Polkat's doing a great job in P6, with Bika, surprise actually, in P7, with Pulu in P8, Yuki P9, and Maku running out with top 10. Ben Mills, of course, joined us quite late into the season, unfortunately, so that explains why him and Recycle Finn, considering he joined us a race or 2 ago, is only in P12. So expect Ben and Recycle Finn to jump up from P11 and P12 respectively. With Tepco, only P13, but he's having a mighty session out there today, so expect him to definitely put the pressure on and gain a few more points. Jay, unfortunately, down in P14, Harv in P15, with Krista not here today, unfortunately, in P16, Jaxie P17, yet to score, unfortunately, but with short points will come his way soon. With Scars P18, Unfi P19, of course, we do have a vacant full-time seat. So if you want to get involved with side-by-side racing, you can easily click our Discord link below the stream. And of course, you can get involved in any way, shape or form that you would like to. We do, of course, have opportunities to be a race engineer for the team. So we do have Civilized Monkey, I believe his name is, who is the race engineer for McLaren. And we do also have Rusty, who is the engineer for Ferrari. So there are many opportunities to get involved other than driving. And of course, we accept anyone of ability. It is the only rule that we do ask is that you are a clean and fair driver. So that is the point as far as we are aware, until anything post penalties do get applied after this. So anything can change. So while we just still wait, then we will go back and join Rage and see how far we are. In fact, actually what we'll do then, whilst he's still setting up, we'll go through the standings once again. This time we should be able to actually talk us through this now. So, yeah, so standings then. So, in the leading the way, of course, which was Yonti at 85 points, Liam 72. So, of course, Mercedes leading the way overall in the drivers. Safso 65 points, Jesper 63. That is a brilliant job for the Alpine drivers. And Torza in P5, Paul Kaki 6. And the drivers are readying up, so we will get straight back into the session in just a moment. Bika then in 7th overall, and Pulu in 8th on 33 points. So not too far of a gap. Yuki P9 and Maku P10. So great little job there from Maku to get back into the championship fight. So Ben and Recycle Finn P11 and P12. So they're doing a great job. And so we are going to be cut short, unfortunately, as we are about to get back into the lobby.
Right. Hopefully Hardy joins us back in the comms box.
I am back. Sorry about that.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, yes.
Fabulous. Right. Looks like Marco just left us again, and he'll be joining us in a minute. Right, we got rain. We have rain.
It's Silverstone. It's summertime. It's going to rain.
Yeah, unfortunately, everyone's tyre choice is all out the window then. All of that discussion that we had about tyres is literally all out, because it's rain, and rain, and more rain. Whilst we're here and whilst we're waiting because it's raining, let's go through some stats. So Safso, slightly less than Jesper's performance, but Safso with more points, 3rd and 4th accordingly. But Jesper's looks like he's got the run on him through qualifying and racing. Then Yonti slightly beating Beaker, double the points though. Look at that. Yonti leading the championship at the moment. So a bit of a double trouble in the team there. Beaker in 6th. And then who's winning out the battle between Maku and Liam? It's definitely Liam. Average qualifying slightly better. The race also slightly better, and just a few more points in between the two boys. And then who have we got between these guys? This is almost really too tough to call. 7th is slightly higher on Polecat in the qualifying. Race is pretty much the same, but more points for Polecat, which is doing very well. Torza, and then that would be now Pato, but he's not here, so Torza's obviously leading the team battle there. And then moving on then through into, I think this is the McLarens. So Jay and Krista, very close between them. A few more points for Jay. Krista, I know he's missed a couple of races now. So yeah, winning that battle. Yukia, it looks like he's winning the battle in the Ferrari pen. Both good qualifying though, look. Just the race is slightly better for Yukia. Got a few more points finishes and doing very well. And then
we are underway.
Are we underway completely?
I think we might be underway completely. Doesn't look like they're taking like a formation lap. Yeah, we are underway completely.
Okay, no, again, no formation, unfortunately, but yet we are underway. Let's get straight into this action then, as we go deep into this race. I know you can still see the team stats, boys, but it will go off there in a minute. Let's just completely get it off for you, because we have gone live, and I don't want you to miss any of this crazy action. So we got rain. Sorry about that. I would have thought if there was the formation, there should have been. Again, that's my fault, just doing it quite quickly, so we didn't have to wait very long. Anyway, Ben then, currently leading. Finn. Liam looks like he's getting very spicy up the outside there.
Drivers got to be so careful as well in these conditions. It's so easy. You want to avoid the curbs because you will lose that traction. And as we've seen with this year's game, there are so many bumps that you can just catch you out so easily. So the drivers are just being so careful because they've had no time to really practice in the wet during this weekend session and such. So this is going to be the first time really that all 19 of the drivers are going to experience being on the same track together in the wet.
We've got a yellow flag, but it has just gone. Someone maybe have dropped a wheel. But yeah, so there was, unfortunately, because we changed the sessions around, no qualifying, so it didn't give... Well, I didn't click the option for formation because it was switched off because we had 5 lapper before.
Sorry
so again,
Safso is down into P18 with Tepco 17. So something has happened to Safso. He's right at the back of the pack.
Yeah, he's not going to be very happy, I don't think, Mr. Safso. Must have had a bit of a dodgy start. I think a couple of these guys have been caught out by the lack of formation. It did get asked there, Monkey, I'm sorry, but there is no formation lap. Still work needs to be done on this, but hey, it's absolutely great racing. We're trying our best to keep it. Also, it's very similar to what's going on in real life. It is working somehow, but not in every case. Then Ben leading the way from Finn, and we got Liam in 3rd, Jesper 4th, and there is some battling going on between, I saw Yonti and Beaker making some moves. They are kind of getting themselves back into this race. Did you see about any conditions later on? Is it just full wet to the end?
I believe it might ease up towards the end, if I'm right. It should still be wet, but it won't be as wet. So we should expect into this towards the end, maybe around lap 20.
Oh, wow. Okay, so right at the very end, we might have a change, but at the moment, it's just rain, straight rain.
I said that Yonti actually up into P10. He's looking to make a move around the outside of Polecat, and Polecat cuts him off completely. Great defending there from Polecat.
Well, there's your there's your clue of what happened at the beginning. Maku, Tepco, Safso, all in the pit.
Oh, and that is such a shame for Maku, Tepco, and Safso. Of course, the chance of a safety car is, I think, statistically quite high around Silverstone circuit. So it's not all over yet for them. Of course, a long way to go. We're only on lap 2, of course, of this race. So expect them to have a good charge from the back.
Yeah, hopefully. Get a little bit of an improvement from those boys, but I think they're bitterly disappointed after what was an awesome showing in the first... Okay, Maku apparently got a nice big shunt from Gian at the beginning. Okay, that's probably what happened. We didn't see there very much at the beginning, boys, because we were too busy in those stats. They were very good, but unfortunately not as good as the race start, which which you quite helpfully told me that we were missing.
I will
Sorry
say
about
as well that I've been watching Torza, and Torza just looks so like he's driving on the edge constantly, even when he doesn't look like he's actually pushing the car much. He's sliding all over the place. So he's doing a great job to keep it in P5, but he does not look comfortable in that car with Gian chasing him down behind. And of course, Speaker is not too far away either.
Yeah, got a lot of understeer in that car by the looks of things. That's maybe not set up for the wet. It's definitely not, doesn't look too happy, does it? You're right, and Gian, there is catching up to the back end of Torza very quickly. Torza's dropping back from Jesper and co. just up ahead. There seems to be a very tight race at the very top, and looks like we've got some other people looking like they want to make some moves to get into that fight. Yonti and Beaker are definitely one of those. They've got Pulu just behind. I hope that we've got the safety car settings on right. I really do, because that would be disastrous. We definitely have damage. I made sure of that.
Yellow
Safety
flag
car
for Pato as well. He might have had a little spin actually. Yeah,
oh, really?
he is down in P14, and I think Twin Barrel J did get ahead of him as he spammed. So I don't think there was contact between the two drivers, but I think Pato just dropped it on his own. There's no damage on his car, so I think he did just drop it by himself.
Yeah. Are you able to send an invite to Marco so he can retire in the pits, because he's
yes.
not going to take further any further? Actually, it's just the same for you. I can do it if you like.
I've done it.
Okay, because you're streaming as well now. I forget. Anyone in this stream, by the way, you can watch us on the side-by-side Twitch. If you like, we want to build that Twitch up as quick as you can, so pop it a follow, please. It really does help. That's twitch.tv/side-by-side or SXS Racing. That's where you find us. It'd be really good if we can get all that set up, so we are streaming both on the same thing. And next season we'll be moving over fully onto that platform, and we'll be leaving my Twitch behind. Right, so on board with Yonti at the moment. He's getting quite close to the back of Pulu. We might see a little bit of movement going on between the German and... Where's Yonti from? Is he
Finland.
He
is Finnish.
Is he Finnish?
Yes.
Okay. I was going to say, is he Swedish?
He is
Wasn't
the
too
flying
sure.
Finn.
He's a Scandinavian boy, at least. He's up there.
Yes, he can
Up
do
in
a
the mountains
Scandinavian
and
flick
such.
better than you can.
Probably. Wouldn't put it past him. He's very close to Pulu at this stage.
You can just see how much they're struggling for traction coming out of the first few corners alone. So the weather is just horrendous out there for the track conditions. It is really wet out there. So you can just see how much confidence the drivers are going to have is going to be determined how much experience they've had racing these conditions on this track. So you can just see how Pulu takes it a little bit more cautiously, and Yonti is just trying to find that edge, and he just slides it out of the corner just a little bit more than Pulu can, and he might get the reward here now as he gets past Pulu. So that's great driving from Yonti.
Yeah, Pulu, I think, just went a bit deep there. Couldn't get the power on as early as he could, where Yonti just got a really good drive. Sometimes it pays to hook up that just off the apex of that corner, rather than pushing the car wide, because you have to wait until you can get on the power. It looks like Yonti just got that corner sorted out much better than his opponent did then, and was able just to get the power down and drive away, which is much better than what Pulu did out of that corner. Right, let's just jump up the pack a little bit further, because it is getting quite spicy between, at the moment, Jesper and Liam. Torza looks like he has fallen back, and Gian is still in the hunt, but he's not quite there. But Jesper, though, is getting very close on the back to Liam.
Absolutely, as you said. So you can just see that the difference in the driving lines as well. In the wet, you want to avoid the curves as much as possible, and a lot of drivers will look for what is commonly known as the go-karting lines, because they are just off the racing line. It just seems to be a little bit easier to get that grip, and just especially with these kind with the wet tyres, it just seems to be so much easier to get a bit more traction. The game tries to replicate that a bit more better than last year's game. As Harv gets a 3-second time penalty, that's unfortunate for Harv, as he's up into P12. It's actually a good job from Harv, so he's doing a great job.
Just looking down the grid here, where is
Jaxie?
Jaxie? We've lost Jaxie.
Yes, we've lost Jaxie.
He's not actually with us at all. He must have fallen out before we went live. So I don't know why he didn't let us know. But yeah, Jaxie's not taking it any further. But he can't jump in now because he's not loaded. Not loaded into the grid.
He
was.
Down as well.
Yeah, he was in there because I remember allocating his name. So he must have fallen out in the lobby. Unfortunately, we go straight into the race. There's no way to get him back in. So yeah, that's the only disadvantage of this. Unfortunately, as you can see, guys, we've tried to do the sprint qualifying and then the 50% race using the sprint qualifying as the judge. We have to kind of like jumble the whole squad together and do it in 2 race sessions to get this to work. And unfortunately, it's got a few loopholes, like, as we've noticed with tyres and lots of questions about what we can and can't do.
Umphy's
retired.
He's crashed out coming out of
VSC.
So we do have a VSC. Will this become a full safety car? It does.
It has. Yeah, I was wondering if I had the full safety car turned on.
And Tepco out completely, especially as his wet tyres in these conditions won't weigh down anywhere near as much as the slicks do on a dry track. So this is going to help these out massively.
They all passed the pit apart from Pato. So whether he's come in, I think it's too early for pit now, isn't it? The only thing is to, I guess, if you got damage, you can come in and get that damage sorted out. But I don't think any of these guys will do at this stage have any damage. So yeah, not good for him.
Well, the other thing is it is a shorter entry into the pit and exit, so it is faster to come into the pit and out here as well. That's why the rule, especially I think it's in the 90s when Michael Schumacher won a race by coming into the pit lane, they had to get rid of that loophole. So a lot of drivers may come into the pit actually unexpectedly because it is shorter. You take the last corner, it's actually a lot longer to go around the last 2 than it is coming into the pit. So we may see them come through.
They did come in. Safso joining into the pit as well. Yeah, I just noticed there that Marco's car, Yaya Sanaga, as you can see in there, unfortunately, he is actually retired, but he retired it in the pit, but hasn't been able to get the car off the grid, causing problems for people getting stuck behind because you can't overtake because of the safety car restrictions. So that is a little bit frustrating. I'm not too sure if Marco can get back in, but it doesn't look like he could. Yeah, he says, sorry, my AI is going to be making a mess. Yeah, he can't. He disconnected before. Yeah, unfortunately. I don't think we can get you back in. I'll see quickly if I can invite you to get you back in to sort the issue out. But I think you're having issues. I'll give you one more invite if you want to try and get that car out. Marco, feel free. Hopefully next time your internet doesn't cause these issues. I mean, you gave it a good go, I'm not going to lie. But we're just glad we got a full grid this season. You know, it takes a bit of work to get all the reserves together. But, you know, we do really try to get everyone a full grid to play on because it's so much more fun when you've got 20 cars whizzing around as opposed to 15 or 10 or whatever.
Has to be said as well, whilst we're sorting that out, the fact that Maku, Sefso and Pato have pitted, they were already obviously 16, 17, 18 anyway, so they will have that extra 5 laps or so on their tyres compared to the rest of the grid. They will catch up, they should catch up to the end of the safety car queue anyway. So if they do, obviously we know from experience that Maku and Sefso do obviously have the outright pace to be where they were earlier in the season and up higher in the grid. So if they can make the moves in the wet and can do it cleanly, then this could actually pay dividends for them. The only problem is if it starts to dry out, which obviously it doesn't look like it's going to do that anytime soon. But if it does, if it stays wet, and these guys have the confidence on these fresher tyres, then it's still not over for them yet. So if you're a Maku supporter or a Safso supporter or even a Pato supporter, it's not over yet.
Yeah. I just noticed that Marco's been able to rejoin. I don't think he's actually back in the car yet. We're going to have a little bit of a longer delay to this because we've got some cars that are way off the back yet. I think it was Tepco, Pato, Maku and Safso are all a little bit further back. So it's going to take a while to get back to this grid. Civilized Monkey saying, I wish this game had more spec slots. I know, I'm sorry, buddy. Had to kick him out at the end there because one of the guys jumped back in. Unfortunately, he's actually fallen out. You might actually be able to join the race at this point, Monkey, and just spectate because we do actually have a free slot. If you want to try and join, if one of the boys can get you over an invite, you're actually welcome at the moment at this point in time. I'll see if I can get you one.
Well, whilst you do that, then I'm going to give a quick shout out to our brand new sponsor of Side by Side Racing, Foxworth Autosport. Very kindly has come in to sponsor the league, and we do have some news coming soon about Season 6 and the future with Foxworth Autosport. But we are very excited to have Foxworth Auto on board with SXS. Yep.
Unfortunately, I can't get Civilized Monkey back in. I don't have him on Steam. Yes, lots of exciting news in regarding sponsors. We won't go into too much detail, but let's just say we received an email today. So that should be very exciting about a future sponsorship deal that we've got in the works, which should be great to give all you guys and give all the winners something to race for, which will be very exciting and hopefully brings a few more people on board. We won't go into that just yet because it's not agreed, but side by side is getting bigger.
Yes, absolutely. It's just absolutely huge thank you to Rage and Savso for the hard work they've put into this. So, absolutely couldn't do without you. So, it's caught in this lap actually. So that is great timing here. So we're going to be going racing. Do not go anywhere, folks.
Nope, definitely don't. Safso, Mako, Pato, Tepcro, all have pitted, right? So technically, if this is one of those long races that goes for a while, these tyres can make it to the end. These boys don't have to pit again.
Yes.
So they are actually in a very good position. Let's jump all the way up towards the top because we got some people holding people back. Ben hasn't gone yet, but I think people are getting a bit 50-50 about whether they're going to go. Finn giving him lots of space.
And Ben goes
He's
now.
not going to get caught. Yep, Ben went on the last corner. People getting caught out. Look at Liam. Look at Jesper Torza. Way back. Torza going up the inside of Jesper through turn 1 here. Right up the inside. He's going to take that position. And I think there was Jesper out in the grass there. Almost. Oh,
Yes,
they're all side by side.
So we might get this awesome threesome with Gian as well, trying to get involved in the action. And they're just battling, trying to keep control in these conditions as well. The tyres get back up to temperature. Great racing from all of them.
Yeah, absolutely fabulous racing. Yeah, don't worry, Marco. There's nothing you can do about it at this stage. We just have to keep your AI in there. You disconnected a few times.
Maku's round. Maku is round.
Oh no!
I think there might have been contact.
At the back.
He's not any damage to his front wing, luckily, so he might have just spun it. He might have had to take avoiding action. I think it might have been Pato involved in that as well. That is absolute shame there for Maku.
Yep, Liam has lost the back of this pack now. Like, properly lost the back of Ben and Finn. Look, 2.6 seconds separates them. So we've got, looks like a Formula 1 and a Formula 1.5. Finn then hunting down Ben Mills. We've got Liam, Jesper, Torza, all very close. Beaker and Yonti back into this race, look. 6th and 7th, right behind each other. They've exactly just taken Gian, look. Gian was right up ahead, yeah. Gian's dropped down.
I think he was struggling as well, especially in that fight. He was out of position in that awesome threesome battle that we saw before. So he's trying now to hunt down Yonti. But I think Yonti's going to have the advantage here a little bit because Gian just looked a little bit slightly on the rear there. So he just needs to be a little bit more cautious going in, following the cars.
Defensive though, Yonti, into this final little sector. I did notice coming out of Beckett's, Yonti got a huge slap of oversteer, and that allowed Gian just to creep up behind as Beaker and Torza are getting very close together. Looks like Jesper's managed to keep the move on Torza, and Beaker wants a bit of the action now. It's German versus the young Brit. 5th and 6th, they're going to swap round soon enough. I think this is going to be all she wrote for Torza's position in the top 5.
And we said earlier as well that Torza was struggling. Looked like he had so much understeer in the car, and he was just trying to slide his way through. You can see he's just struggling on traction as well. Just that car is not set up. Whatever the suspension settings on that car is, they are just not suited for this. So Beaker looks like he's going to take Torza right now as he tries, and maybe thinks better of the move. Leaves it open a little bit there. Fair play from Torza there. Beaker will have to be a little bit more patient as they go through Woodcut.
Yep, look at Torza pushing Beaker out wide on the apex there. That's a nice little bit of movement there from Torza. Yonti then sitting here licking his lips back in 7th, wants a bit of the action. These guys slowing down in front of him is definitely what he wants to see. Gian's still in there, 3/10 behind Yonti, so Yonti can't be too careful. We're on board with them at the moment because we can see this little fight happen just ahead. This is getting a bit spicy. Jesper then is closing up to the back of Liam also, but we'll stay with this little threesome battle for 5th.
Absolutely, this is one incredible battle as well. This is what we love to see the drivers of side by side do. We love to see these just great battles all across the field. You can see the fight in between them all. So Liam, of course, then holding up in P3. 3-second gap now between him and Finn. So Liam, once again, the bridesmaid, unfortunately for Liam. But if anything does happen in the front, he's waiting for opportunity. But he can't set too comfortably because of Jesper.
Yeah. So Jesper is going to be hunting him down at this point. So, oh, Yonti struggling with the rear end of this car. Really struggling. It's costing him time. Gian's going to be looking ever threatening in 8th position. What's the gap then back down? So we got Pulu ahead of Polkat. Very surprised to see that. It's definitely not one of Pulu's strong tracks. I know that for sure. Yuckia then just outside the top 10. The Alfa Romeo team doing very well to keep it inside the top 10 with this field. Harv then in 12th position. Really good job from him. I'm surprised. Then we got Twin Barrel J in 13th place. He's holding on. He is a wet weather specialist, this old Twin Barrel J, but I know he's got quite a few fingers in quite a few sim racing pies at the moment, so I don't expect a huge amount of performance from him. But he is going to be coming under threat right now from Tepcro and Safso. Safso wants back into this race. He's obviously pitted. I can't remember. Did Tepco pit? Yes, he did.
Yes.
Let's have a look at that detail. Let's have a look.
He did pit, but he has got all the tyres than Safso, Pato, and Marco. And I will say as well, you were surprised that Pulu was ahead of Polka, but of course that Pulu's nickname is the Rainmeister because he is the Rainmaster. He loves doing a rain dance, so this is something that we should expect. Safso gets a 3-second time penalty, actually. That is unfortunate for Safso and not what he needs on his charge to do damage limitations.
Ian's got 1-2. Gian literally just picked one up as you were saying that.
And that's for Gian as well.
Definitely. But great for Pulu and Polecat. Always looking to benefit from penalties ahead, so they should be licking their lips again.
Out in front though, Finn putting the pressure now onto Ben Mills. The gap has come down from about 9/10 seconds to 7/10. So Finn just finding that little bit of an advantage somewhere on track, but still Ben Mills out of the lead. So, but of course the Red Bull boys need to work together here because they need these constructor points as well.
Yep, they need constructor points on the cars that we're watching just ahead. The two Mercedes boys who are running away with the championship at the moment. Well, I say that the Alpine team are also doing very well in the championship. Not going to have a good race today because Safso unfortunately had that issue. He's pitted twice, bless him. Gian getting slidey. He's not on the line, losing some traction in that middle sector of the first sector. And he's going to drop back from Yonti. Now that's so painful to see when you've been working to stay with a group of cars and you just make a mistake and you can just see them driving off into the distance. Gian then losing time. But the battle still is very much so in force with Yonti, Bicker and Torzo. It's still going on. Bicker having to drop back a little bit. Jesper staying roughly about a second or so away from Liam. And then Ben Mills. Wow.
That is not like Ben Mills at all. We don't really see Ben picking up these penalties, so that is unfortunate for Ben. That does mean currently that Finn will take that position, so that is unfortunate for Ben. We'll say further back though, I was watching Tepco was putting pressure on Twin Barrel J, and Twin Barrel J has managed to pull away. As Bicker gets a penalty as well, so I wonder if it is the tyre life starting to affect them, because these are the drivers that didn't pit, so they are 10 laps into these tyres. So there is still a bit of performance left in them, but they may be sliding them a little bit too hard now. Especially with the pace of Ben Mills and having to drive to that pace, it's going to be making them wear the tyres a lot harder. As Sasso does finally get the position ahead of Tepco.
Yeah. So Ben Mills then currently net second, I think, because I think Liam's just outside of that. He's 4 seconds away, really, from Ben, and the penalty's only 3 seconds. So Liam's going to have to close up on the back of Finn by a second or so if he wants to get that bridesmaid slot that he's so accustomed to getting. Second time, another time penalty for Torza. Yeah, very interesting. Beaker will be happy about that.
Of turn 1, actually. I think he just took too much inside curb. And the game is brutal for that line, of course. You have to be so accurate. It's much harder to hit it in the wet conditions as well. If you go even an inch off that line, you will spin the car around in these conditions.
Yeah, it's so hard to follow in these conditions, like you're saying.
Yonti gets a penalty as well.
All of them getting penalties at this stage. I mean, it's tricky conditions out there, must be. Everyone seems to be just putting a foot wrong. I guess if everyone gets penalties, then it's all neutralised, isn't it? No one's getting an advantage.
Yeah.
But at the moment, it's, Pulu and Polecat need to move up to these boys a little bit closer, otherwise they're not going to get benefit out of these penalties.
I think we actually forgot. Who was your top 3 prediction for this race?
I never even got one in, mate. I'm not going to lie. I think it's a bit too late for that now, isn't it? I probably would have said Finn for the win. And then someone like Torza Jesper or Jesper Torza, something like that.
I think I would have said Ben for the win. Probably would have said Yonti for second for a great charge, and would have gone actually wild at Pooley for the Rainmeister. Just because it's Pooley, but you never know. You live in hope.
You do live in hope, definitely. Right then, Ben then still leading, but with a penalty. So Finn technically is leading. You can see he's actually let off the pace a little bit, look, dropped back slightly. Now outside of a second. Liam then in third. Technically, yeah, he's still being third. Jesper then fourth, and then Torza, Beaker, Yonti, Gian, they're all pretty much not going to move around because everyone's got penalties around them. Pulu's just too far back to capitalise on the penalties ahead. But if he does close up to this pack, he will jump them massively. So he's hoping for a safety car.
We've got a huge bit of action about to come up, I think, because Safso, Twin Barrel J and Harv all getting really close. Safso's waiting for this opportunity now with Polka, who normally keeps it clean, gets a penalty. That's unfortunate for Polka. You can just see Safso having to lift off actually in turn 1 because of the dirty air from Twin Barrel J and Harv. Just really affecting his car, but he closes right up to Jay. Jay gets a little bit slidey there, trying to follow Harv, and Jay trying to take alternate lines. And you can see how much he's struggling in these conditions.
Yeah, they're all struggling. You can see that they're all struggling because they're all getting penalties. You know when it's tough out there when Polecat gets a penalty. But yeah, you're right. Looks like there was a change between Safso and Tepcro because it was the other way round earlier on. But Safso looks like he's made the move up. Okay, sorry, I missed that.
It's alright. He did get the move around the outside, I believe, of Tepcro going into one of the corners.
Yep, so Safso then looking for the position here. Actually, Twin Barrel J pulling over to the side there. Maybe just... Oh, God. Yeah, he's having all sorts of problems. I think he might actually want Safso to get past through. Cops.
You do not stick a wheel in the inside of Cops.
It is Cops. Safso up to 13th place. Twin Barrel J, I think he was willing him through there, to be quite honest. Probably upsetting his mojo slightly. So he gets out of the way and up Safso one position. I was going to go on board with Guillen because he actually got past Beaker. Beaker looks like he's had a problem because wasn't it Torza, Beaker, Yonti?
Yonti, yeah. So Beaker had a
now it's not anymore.
So I wonder if he hasn't got any damage on the front. So I don't know what's happened to him. Unless he's got a bit of floor damage from running a curve or maybe half a spin, couldn't catch it properly. So that is just a shame for Beaker.
Yeah, Beaker down then a place. Finn inside of a second again from Ben. Not that he needs to be. He's got this race under control at this stage. So when do you think people are going to start coming in for a pit?
Maybe around lap 18 or so if they don't think they can make it last the entire time. Of course, it depends on if we get another safety car or not. Then it just changes the whole system completely. I mean, it doesn't look like it's going to get any lighter anytime soon. So maybe the radar's off completely. Maybe we're just going to have this consistency level of rain throughout the whole event. So, I mean, the likes of Maku and Safso don't need to pit, of course. So they should be okay. But I mean, it is a tough one because these tyres could last the whole event, possibly. They don't have to pit in a wet weather condition, but it just depends how quickly they're struggling with these tyres, how much they're wearing them down. It depends what pace you're driving to. If you're someone like Ben Mills and Finn, you're driving at much more aggressive pace than you are, say, if you are the likes of Harv in P12. So they're going to go through their tyre rubber a lot quicker than anyone else, so they might think about pit stops sooner. So around lap 18, 19 is when I would estimate they would come into the pits if there's no safety car.
Couple more laps then, hopefully. Right, we're going through Maggots and Beckett's then with Harv and Safso. Harv is still in the lead in this little battle, but I think Safso is probably going to make easy work of Harv if he can get the run on him outside of Beckett's. He does get a good run, and that's easy job done, I think, on the ERS, round the outside. Technically inside, and he's up another position. Safso then back on the charge to get into the top 10. He's got a tough competition though to do so. He's got to get up to Yucky and Polecat and Pulu next.
Has to be said as well, the driver of the day voting is now open as well, so DOTD and the driver in chat for your votes.
Yep, DOTD, if you want to pop your votes in, that'll be much appreciated. Oh, I feel bad for Safso. He's having such a good season, and unfortunately was going slightly wrong. In this race, at least. I mean, you can have one or two races that don't go your way.
Tepcro is actually in the pit. I wonder what's happened to Tepcro because his tyre's only 12 laps old. He did not need a pit, and he's not taking a wing change, as far as I'm aware. So it is just for tyres. So I wonder if he's just not happy with something. Maybe he's had a wing adjustment or something. That is just not what we expected from Tepcro. No,
not the best news from Tepcro. He's done 2 pits like Saf has now. So these boys are rattling on through the pit stops. Safso, though, has to be said, he is 2 pit stops deep now, and he's knocking on the door of the top 10, so doing a good job to get back into those points. But a little bit of work to do for Saf if he wants to do that. He's got 3 seconds to make on the back of Yucky, which I think he can do. He's got the better tyre at this stage, so he's got to keep it nice and clean. He should eke into that gap quite quickly, I would have thought. Anyway, let's go up towards the top 10 and see what's going on. Guillen then is a second back from Yonti. It looks like a bigger gap, to be honest. Then we got 6 or 7 tenths back from Yonti and Torza. Torza is getting close to Jesper, though, which should be good fun to watch. Looks like Torza's got that car underneath him now.
As well, as he comes into the pit lane. So Bicker is coming in.
Ooh. Yeah, Guillen's got himself another one as well, if you look on the list. Guillen on 6, Beaker also on 6, Harv also on 6, everyone else on 3. Those without penalties, though. You've got Jesper, Liam, and Finn doing very well to stay out of the.
Got penalty as well, actually. And Yuki took a jump on Beaker here. So even though Becker's gone for intermediates.
Oh wow, he thinks it's that time, does he?
I mean, I haven't seen the rain change its intensity. So if he thinks he can do something intermediates, then that is a ballsy strategy to say the least.
It's a bit of a bold move, isn't it?
Absolutely. It could be a day late and a dollar short, to quote Martin Brundle.
Oh god.
I'm bringing back the Martin Brundle quotes just for you.
Please don't. Do you remember when he tried to start his own thing? Don't look but don't stare.
Oh, yes.
That might be a bit too old for you. I can't remember.
I've heard it.
He actually got told, I think by ITV at the time,
wasn't it?
not to do it because it was so cringy. But he carried on doing it for so long. People complained about it. That's how bad it was.
Yeah, then they started doing the Jensen Button nipple rub. So, fun fact about Martin Brundle.
I don't know why, but commentators, they always want to have their own little saying. It's really weird. Like,
Yes, absolutely.
it's go, go, go. I guess that was Murray's, wasn't it?
Yes. But
I guess ours is threesome, right?
Yeah, ours is the threesome.
What a lovely threesome.
Yes. Or he's in the rear.
Yes.
That's what we have.
Right in the rear. Talking of rear, Torza and Jesper are getting quite close. Torza's seeing all of Jesper's rear at this stage.
Lovely.
Not the best part of the car that you want to be having a look at, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, you don't be getting all that exhaust into your car. It's been making your car run so much hotter, and you'll have to obviously get the cool car warnings that we used to get back in 2015, if you remember. And obviously, it's not saying that your car is looking cool, it's saying get out the way and just cool it down. So that is going to affect the engine, of course. So he will be down a little bit on power, of course. So Torza will have to start moving just a little bit out. But obviously, with the rain as well, it is a little bit.
Finn gets a penalty.
Finn gets a penalty.
That's now neutralised the race.
And
Finn gets a penalty.
Sorry, Torza, yeah, had a massive
yeah.
slide. He, as you said, for the penalty, he just absolutely nearly put it into the barrier. Had to correct it twice. So Yonti just gets a free place there. So great job there from Yonti. And a good job from Torza to keep it out of the barrier and stay still on track.
Yep, Gian just behind. Gian, bless him, he doesn't know where he's been today. He was at one point in the Alpha seat. I asked him to move over to the Haas because there you go. Unfortunately, we've been throwing him from pillar to post. But he's doing quite well. He's in 7th place. He's holding that Haas team up nicely. We've got Torza just ahead, Yonti just ahead of him. And unfortunately wasn't able to capitalise on Torza's
Yes,
mistake.
Yes, gets a penalty as well now.
Oh my goodness, all of them are getting
penalties. The only person in the top 9 who doesn't have a penalty is Liam.
Yeah, at the moment then, Liam, if he could just close up on the back of Finn, which he won't, he can get himself a win here. If there's a safety car at the end, Liam might win this.
Possibly. Will he come from bridesmaid to bride? That's what we need to find out.
Will he become the bride? Will he finally become the bride?
Jay's gone off. Jay is in the wall.
Is he properly in the wall? What's
going
on?
He's gone off.
Let's have a look.
Maggots and Beckett's.
Oh, it's a nasty place to go.
Yeah, he's
car.
lost it completely and got
I can't
into
actually
the
see
barriers.
the car. Where is it?
In the right-hand side on the white barriers. If you run the bottom Tepco, you will. The car's gone now.
Oh,
so
okay. Well, virtual safety car is all we'll get then. I'm happy it's just a VSC. I don't want any of that safety car rubbish now.
But Yukiya came into the pits thinking it might have been a safety car, so he will get a cheaper pit stop. But he is going to lose a few places. Yes.
Oh, he's going through now. It doesn't say on my screen that he's in the pit for some reason.
It has to be said though. So the VSC ends. He's going back onto a set of wets. Baker's gamble on the intermediates is just not paid off at all.
No, it's not worked at all. He's really, really slow. You can see it visually. Unfortunately, maybe he just took the punt that it was going to get better, but no. I guess from his... I don't know why he threw it away. He had good points. He was up in about 6th and 7th.
Again, though, as I will say, Martin Brundle, day late and $1 short for Baker.
It's not a day late and $1 short. You don't... He's
a day late and $1 short for the weather report. If he thinks it was drying up, it's just unfortunate.
I think your quotes are a day late and $1 short, mate.
Well, you know, look but don't stay.
Fuck's sake. Oh yeah, no, we're on board at the moment, Beaker, and he's really not going very fast. He was 9 seconds from Pato on the beginning of the VSC, and now he's 11 seconds behind. So yeah, he's going very slowly. He won't have to pit, obviously, if it does clear up, but those tyres are going to be like blocks of ice at this stage.
Yeah,
there's so
no
cold.
tyre temp at all. If you're lucky, if he doesn't put it into the barriers, it's just
looking at the gap towards the top, it has come down. It was outside of a second. It's now 8 tenths between Finn and Ben. Ben may be struggling then with this pace on these tyres. Cracks are starting to show. No one has pulled it in yet, unfortunately, at least to get the change done. Maybe they're holding out for this weather to change a little bit.
Possibly. Maybe the rain is soon going to ease up a little bit and it might be time for the intermediates eventually, but not yet. As Harv comes into the pits after 17 laps on the wet, he's had enough of those tyres.
Yeah.
So we did say around lap 18, 19, you may start seeing drivers pit, but what will Harv do? Will he stay on the wet or will he gamble for the intermediates? If you're out on 13th, I think it's just got to be the wet still. And
Yeah, I mean, it's come at the wrong time, isn't it, really? So, well, what am I looking for? Tyres. There we go. Yeah, Beaker getting the jump on Harv because of that pit, but yeah, he's still going to be in an awful position, unfortunately. Only 4 seconds. Yuckier gets Harv as well. Yeah, not a good day out for Beaker at the moment, and great weather for ducks, it seems. 6/10 now between the leader and second place. They've both got the same amount of penalties at this stage, but Finn looks like he's starting to open the taps a little bit. So we're going to get a battle of the teammates, and for once, it's not the Silver Arrows that are battling out. It's going to be the Red Bulls. Multi-21.
Ooh, that's a great reference. So we'll see them. Can Ben Mills keep this net win at the moment? Because Liam, as he said, is too far behind as it stands. But this could all end in tears. So who's going to get this win? It's just so close to call.
Yeah, I think Ben's running out of tyre here, and Finn has just looked after them that little bit better. It might be just the nuances of the controller in a very wet race. I think Ben's struggling here on just general tyre pace, where Finn isn't. I guess one of them's going to have to pull it in. Yeah.
Guillen sets the fastest lap time, actually. So that's a good job from Guillen. Guillen sets the fastest lap time for 1:38.2. And he's on the same age tyres as these two up front. And of course, no DRS, and he's not getting any kind of real tow here. He's still trying to chase down Torza, but it's not going to really be much of any benefit for them. Not as much as Recycle Finn's going to get from Ben. So great job from Guillen.
Yeah, Guillen's got his toe right in the door this race. He's not let up the pressure. Talking of pressure, Finn is piling it on the back of Ben now. He's really close. Closer than he's ever been so far, apart from obviously the start, but seemed to Ben just to run away anyway at the beginning of this race. Finn's always been on the back foot, getting pipped, unfortunately. But he is now half a second away from the back of Ben. He's going to be getting into that toe now. He doesn't want to get into that slipstream, though, through Maggots and Beckett's, because you're going to get that wash on the front end. That definitely does not help. But if you can get the toe down the back straight after Beckett's, it should be quite good for him going into the first sector.
Yeah, absolutely. So we just need to see if he can get this gap down to around half a second or so coming out of this corner.
Yeah, he's struggling to get onto the back of him. I think he was quite close in the third and the first sector, though. Old Finn. He's obviously, I think he's quite good on the slow moving stuff, on the low
Finn
speed.
Might be running a bit more downforce than Ben Mills. You can see that when it comes to the straight parts of the track, Ben does have that a little bit more top speed, and Recycle Finn does have a bit more control in these corners where he needs it. So I think he's running not a lot more downforce, but just a little bit more. And it's hurting him where he needs to close up. But once they get to a corner, he gains so much back. This is going to be a great battle to the end.
Yep, I was just looking at their ERS usage. It's very much the same. None of them using too much, kind of saving it really for what could be a very tight battle towards the end of this race. I mean, 5 laps to go, definitely no sign of let up in that rain, so Beaker's call for Inters, it's really not worked. He's stuck on it now, he's going to have to stay with them. But yeah, 6/10 now. Finn getting right into the slipstream.
I said as well, sorry to interrupt you, but Safso ran the back of Polecat looking to make a move coming out of turn 2. It's just so close. It nearly goes into the back of Polecat actually. He just didn't seem to brake anywhere near as much as Polecat, but had great deacceleration as they come onto the Wellington Straight, or was it the Hamilton Straight?
It is.
I can't remember.
No, it's Wellington.
Thought it was. So yeah, he just tries to look to make a move. Will he switch to the inside? No, he thinks better of it. So he's just biding his time and maybe try and make a move into Cops if he's feeling brave enough.
Definitely not. We've seen a move into Cops already from Safso. I don't think we're going to see another one. But look who's looming behind. It's he's always there, ever present. It's Maku. He's looking to make a move. He's trying to follow his ex-teammate round to try and get a couple of positions. This is bad news for Polecat. He's been holding on to what is a quite good position for the Alfa Romeo team. It just looks like he's going to lose out to Saf.
I tell you what, as well, Maku does not have a penalty, whereas Safso and Polecat do, so he's gaining these places already, so he doesn't even necessarily need to fight these. If he thinks Pulu is far too up the road as it stands, in 4 laps time I don't see them making the places. So all that Maku needs to do, he needs to have his engineer say to him, just to stay with these boys. If they make a mistake, capitalise, but you do not have to push yourself over the limit to get yourself a penalty. Just stay with Safso, you know you've got the speed, stay with these boys, and you'll gain these 2 places and a handful of points.
Yeah, well, to be fair, if you can get past these 2, then you'll definitely get Pulu up ahead because he's inside of 3 seconds. So I think on the contrary, I think Monkey would be telling him, you need to get past these guys if you want to get a shot at 8th. Big points are on offer here.
But at the same time, though, I'm not sure how many warnings Maku has. We do know Maku does tend to pick up quite a few warnings during a race, so it is a balance.
He's got another penalty.
Well, that is a shame for Bicker. You can just see that he's just going to be struggling every corner now on those intermediates. I mean, I guess 6 of one, half of the other for Maku. He could try and fight to get past these to try and get past Pulu, but at the same time as well, it depends. I mean, what is the penalty situation for Pulu?
Pulu's on 3. Yeah, Pulu's on 3. Everyone's on 3 at the moment, apart from Beaker and Half.
Beaker, Half, and Gian is on 6.
And Gian, yeah, Gian's got 6. You look at Maku taking alternate lines there to try and get a good run through this little section here. Yeah, he wants to get past. I think Maku's actually quite fast at this section of the race. He's struggling though behind these guys. We'll stay on board with Maku to see if he can work his magic. Throw down some Estonian voodoo. Polka getting well offline then through Cops.
So Maku needs to be careful here because the dirty air can just upset you as we didn't see him. But we didn't see it on board live, but we saw the twin barrel J Loster going through Maggots and Beckett. So if he can lose it just by with another car just in front of him, that shows you how easy it is for the dirty air to lose it. So he's got to be so careful. As Safso now just tries to follow Polkat. And I think we did see it maybe in the Super Cup or might have been the season before that. Polkat was following a car in the dry coming out of that corner and lost it completely, and he had a race-ending crash there. So he has bad memories of that corner as they come through Club now. So we'll see if Maku just being struggling a little bit there, I think, for the exit of that corner, but still trying to get any kind of push he can with 4 laps left to go.
Yeah, Polkat, I think in the Super Cup was actually fighting for his maiden victory. That's why it was so painful.
Yes. Because we did say he didn't need to push for the overtake on a lapped car, I think it was.
It was a lapped car,
he got hit from as he made one little bit of contact and he's just had nowhere to go.
Someone hit Yukia, who then hit into the side of Polkat, I think it was.
Yes.
Yeah, so Polkat getting undone by his previous teammate in flag to flag. Unfortunately, that came at a very bad time for Polkat when he was at his high with us in side by side, doing very well with Raven as well.
The rain seems a little bit lighter in intensity. Still going to be wet weather conditions. It's not going to be into the tour, but it seems some parts of the track seem a little bit lighter than it was before. As Gian gets another penalty, so he could be close to a qualifying ban, unfortunately, but it's not going to hurt him.
369. You're all right. He's got 3, isn't it? It's 5 for a quali ban.
Yes.
Yeah, he's getting close. He's got another 2 to go. Should be all right for now. But Ben Mills then coming across the line on the 24th. Finn getting him. Yeah, you're right. Actually, Finn taking it away from him. The gap's opened up. Look, 1.3.
So I think Finn has just run out of tyres as well. I think it might be game set and match now. I think they're both just struggling for tyres.
Yeah, I think you're right. Let's just jump up then, because we got a little bit of a race going on between Torza and Gian. This could be getting
as well, right in the back
of
Liam.
Sweaty.
So this could be getting hot and sweaty as well.
Yeah, a little bit further off. Gian looks really muscling that car round to try and get position on Torza. Looks like he's struggling a little bit with desync as well. He's a bit glitchy through that middle section, but yeah, we'll keep on board with these guys. We've got 2 laps to go then. It's been a horrible rainy race. These boys are probably not enjoying this as much as they did the qualifying session, but never mind. Robbed, I think, of a little bit of a spicy race because of this rain, but
nearly lost it, actually, just getting the power out of Woodcote. As he's
been struggling with that all race.
So you can just see, the difference in ERS use as well. Liam using just a little bit more, I'd say, than Yonti, just trying to push that advantage as much as he can. You can see Liam getting a better drive out of Cops than Yonti. So that this battle is definitely not over, and anything can and does happen in side by side.
Yeah, I'm looking back to the battle between Safso, Maku and Pulu. It's still roughly the same kind of thing happening. Safso just stuck behind Polkat. When you get into that position, it looks like in this rain, you just can't improve because you don't want to put a foot wrong. You don't want to make a mistake. And then obviously that wash that you get from the car in front just makes it so hard to overtake. When you get close, like you are here through Maggots and Beckett's, you're then at such a disadvantage coming out of Beckett's that you're not going to be able to get the move done. Safso getting a great drive through Beckett's. Oh, Luli almost losing it.
Lost it. It's undone all that hard work from Safso then. He had such a great alternative line through there. They just got such a much better exit than Polka. And this is going to help Maka close up a little bit as well in this battle. So, just ever so close. Safso just needs to catch this break that he just needs. It's so close between him and Polka.
Yep, 2 to go. Ben still leading this. Finn's getting closer though. 7 tenths. If anything gets any closer, we'll jump up to the top end as Polecat goes defensive. Safso on the outside. He's going to cut back through turn 1. Polecat going deep. Safso round the outside. He's going to get the move down into 3. Hard on the brakes, and they do touch. And it's nice and fair. But Safso is going to be under attack through 4. And he's going to have to hang it round the outside. Get the grip, Saf. Go on. Push it through. And he's going to get past Polecat here. This is great racing from both of these veterans. Champion versus champion in flag to flag. Going toe-to-toe here on the second to last lap. Safso
look at
going
the speed
defensive.
Maku's got as well. He's just waiting for the sniff of any kind of opportunity. Taco gets a 3-second time penalty, unfortunately, there. But
Polecat's got the line up the inside.
Polecat's just had a little bit of contact with Safso, and that has forced him onto the grass, and that is unfortunate there. And Safso is obviously seen his mistake and wants to let Polecat go through.
Oh, great sportsmanship between these two lads.
That was just a little accident that just couldn't be avoided, it seemed. But these two are going to reset and have a great little battle there. But that does free Maku, which was the inevitable anyway, it seemed, with the penalties.
Yeah.
But this I think does help Pulu, actually. I think if Maku needs to find 6 tenths of a second, if I'm right.
Not too sure. I'm going to hop up to the top because I want to see what's going on with these boys at the very top end. We've got one more lap to go then. As Ben Mills still in the lead. He's got some lap traffic he's trying to get past. Unfortunately, it is an AI car, but never mind. I don't know what Safso was just trying to get the job done for us. It's very good to let him back past, though. So we'll jump back down with these guys as we come across the line, I think. But I just want to see us come across with the top two because they've been battling out together. It's been almost a silent battle here. We got Yonti and Liam getting very close as well. This is just for position. I guess it's just for honours. Liam doesn't have to fight him here because he hasn't got a penalty, but he's going to go defensive anyway. He's going to cause issues for Yonti. Jesper's right there, remember? Yeah,
Liam being the racecraft driver that he is, he just wants to get this job done on track and prove I am better than you because I can get the place. I don't want to get given it because of a penalty. I just want to prove I'm the faster driver on the day. So he's going to fight Yonti all the way. He does not want to get it on penalties. It's a great battle in here between
look at this at the top. 3 tenths separates Ben and Finn. Ben gets a good exit through Beckett's. I think he's going to hold on to this just. You can tell his car's that little bit more slippery than Finn. And they'll be comparing setups and wings after this, I can tell you that much. Finn always likes to know what happens if he gets beaten. But Ben's put up such a hard defence here. He's led this one from the front. He's going to come across the line, hopefully. We've got a couple more corners yet. Look how close they are now. It's the closest it's ever been. And they're going to come across the line here in round 7. And Ben Mills, after being pipped to the qualifying... Oh no! Finn wrecks the car on the line! But he keeps the position.
Did manage to get over so luckily there for Finn. And Liam will come around then as the bridesmaid will take P3.
Yep, the bridesmaid. Yonti Jesper Torza then across the line. Keane gets 7th. Pulu's going to come across the line in an 8th position.
I think Maku will actually take that position. He's now the gap under 1.9 seconds, so I think he does get it. So Maku will get a great
Safso
P8.
and Polecat have swapped too. We missed that on track because we were watching the beginning, but yeah, Safso Polecat swapped round. And Maku, I think, is going to get that penalty done as they all crash into each other. And he does. Up to 8th position. Redemption for Maku. Safso spinning on the line. Oh, he gets the finish, though, before Polecat. And then we got Pato coming across the line in 12th position. And I think that is almost it. We got Yuki Atepcro still on a lap. Harv is coming through, I think... Doe now. Beaker, just not working for him. Look, he had to pit again for the tyres. Beaker having a disaster today. He's only leaving Beckett's now.
That's a shame for Beaker.
Good job, though, from Ben Mills. Getting beaten in that qualifying session and then putting the fight on Finn and getting the job done. Oh, we got Sector 3, yellow flag.
And Beaker's coming into the pit lane.
Beaker's coming into... He's done, isn't he? Yeah. Speeding in the pit lane. I'm not sure he minds at this stage. Well, that was a bit of a crazy race, I'm not going to lie. To be fair, I didn't see many incidents with these guys. Obviously, I think there's going to be something looked at with Gian and Maku, which caused an issue at the beginning for Maku. I'm not sure what happened with Safso, why he was so far down. But hey, we got given some great races because of it. Driver of the day, Yonti. I mean, I can't even... Who can we say is driver of the day at this stage?
I am going to say it belongs to... For pure sportsmanship alone out there, considering everything that happened and the comeback drive as well, I'm going to give it to Safso.
I mean, yeah,
he did get the point at the end. Back. He gave the position back. He didn't have to, but he did. Anyway.
I'm saying Pulu. He did a real good job. He kept it in the points as well. Did a better job than his teammate this time. So we've got a vote for Pulu, vote for Safso, and a vote for Yonti. Yeah, so if anyone wants to give their vote for driver of the day, please do in the chat. And at the moment, we've got those three guys: Pulu, what was it? Pulu, Yonti, and Safso, pretty much who to choose from. Help us out, guys.
But
yes.
run down then. So Ben Mills takes the win. It's a great job from Ben with Cycle Finn P2. It's a great job for Red Bull getting a 1-2, and Liam gets the podium P3. Yonti P4, Jesper P5, Torza in P6. Great job from Torza to hold on to P6. Gian takes a wonderful P7. Maku P8, Pulu P9, Safso P10, and Polkat best of the rest in P11. With Pato 12, Yuki is 13th, Tepco 14th, Half 15th, Beaker 16th, Marco 17th technically, J 18th, and Unfi P19.
Good stuff. Sky Rule said DOTD Safso. There we go. And DOTD Liam from Frusty. So there you go. I think that means that Safso gets driver of the day.
So yes, so Safso will
so
get
far.
DOTD currently. Yep.
Right, well, let's have a little chat with these lads. I think it's about time. I'm just going to get these results up, because I'd like to have the results there when I see... Yes. Tepcrow said, why no formation lap with lost positions because of it? I'll explain that afterwards, bud. I'm very sorry. It was all me. Right, let's jump in and have a chat with everyone. I think it's about time. Where are we? There we go. I don't think we got Ben... we do have Ben. We've got Ben and Finn together, so should we jump in with those guys?
Yes.
Guys, how you doing? Cracking race. We were shouting multi-21 down the mic. We thought something crazy was going to happen. First of all, apologies for no formation lap. I hope it didn't catch anyone out. It might have done. Normally we have formations, but because of all of the situations, getting things together, it slipped my mind. At least it wasn't damage. Hardy. Anyway.
Wow, okay.
Anyway, it was a great battle. Finn, you put on the pressure there at the end, but it's just a little bit too much to get.
It wasn't even trying to pass.
What was
I
that?
was just trying to keep it together after that penalty.
Yeah. Well, you both had equal amount of penalties, though, right?
Yeah, we both had 3 seconds.
I mean, it was cracking to see. Finn obviously pipped. Was it Yonti to the pole on the qualifying?
Jesper.
Or was it Jesper? It was Jesper, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What? I was on the pole.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You Finn, sorry, you pipped Jesper. Yeah. So you get 3 points for that, by the way. So you get points for the... Yeah. And obviously you came second, so you get your points for that too.
And fastest lap too.
Fastest lap isn't counted as a point, unfortunately. I don't think. It might be in-game. If it's in-game, I'm not sure.
Fastest lap in the top 10 in the main 50% race does count.
Okay, well, there you go. Yeah. I don't do the standings. That's all Safso's domain.
So
but hey...
That's
sorry.
22 points.
You did well. You did very well. As a team, though, you guys are slowly creeping up on... There are some definite, real fighty teams this season. And when I announced that Finn was joining Red Bull with Ben, there was some messages that were being sent around saying, "Poof, there goes the championship." Do you think you boys are going to be able to take away the constructors this season?
If we perform like we did today, then and keep consistent, and I see no issue. Yeah.
We didn't even have any team strategy. We just drove.
Yeah, we were in our own races really. Yeah. I pulled away at some point, but then after the VSC, the Delta sort of screwed me over, and I lost a second. And then you had much better pace at the end than I did, so I was able to keep him behind. Yeah,
I mean it was great work from both of you. How do you think the situation with the race and like how we set it out went? Obviously, I know we missed the formation, but apart from that, did you enjoy it?
I really enjoyed it. It was
fun, but even though the race was a bit boring, but I like the format.
Well, the format will stay for Monza, just like we've got in the real season. So a couple of races time we'll be at Monza, so we'll be able to do another run of it. And hey, I for one really enjoyed it. Like literally watching that one shot and then doing the qualifying it's great. It's really fun to watch. Yeah. Unfortunately, we were robbed a little bit with the weather, but hey, it's random. What can we do? Lads, great job. Really good. Really strong from the team. So congratulations. Sorry.
I wanted to say something, but I forgot.
Sure.
Oh, wait.
Go on, think of it.
Our main rivals, the Mercedes, was not doing great today.
What's it called? Alpine? Right up there, if not leading.
Jesper.
Oh.
Yeah, Jesper and Safso really high up at the moment.
So we've got multiple rivals, and we've got to just keep bringing out the results. And
there's so many teams with good drivers. So
yeah, all there is. It's tough at the top. Anyway, we're on a break next week. So there's a break week. We don't have a race, at least one that counts towards your standings. Imola, if it gets added in time. If not, we'll be going to Russia. So we'll inform you guys probably a week before we'll make the decision. In the break week, if we decide to wait, because I don't know if this patch is coming. I know there's been rumours going around, but I'm not sure if it's there or not. So we might be in Imola. If we are, fabulous. If not, Russia it is.
Basically, practice for Russia and hope Imola.
Yes, pretty much. Practice for Russia, pray for Imola. Boys, we'll see you in 2 weeks' time.
Thank you.
No worries. Catch you soon.
Too bad I struggled in the restart, but
You struggled in the restart?
I mean, I lost the P1.
What do you mean?
I mean, in the 50%, I started from pole.
Oh, do you mean just you were in pole? Yeah, but you were behind on the safety car restart.
No, I don't mean that. I mean the
The start then. Yeah. Well,
I lost places there.
Unfortunately, I was too busy doing stats, so I missed the race start because
I did have to yell to him, we are going.
Because I thought there was a formation. Yeah, so I actually missed the restart, so we didn't see what happened, Finn.
Yeah, Liam nearly caught me, but I managed to stay in front.
He's a speedy boy, but always the bridesmaid is Liam. That's his nickname. Boys, sorry.
Sorry, I was going to say, can we get hashtag blame Raid for once trending?
Was Liam the only one without penalty?
Yeah, one of the, to be fair. I don't think he... Pulu? No, did Pulu have penalties?
Maku
didn't have penalties. Yeah, Pulu did have penalties.
Boys didn't, but Pulu did.
Yeah. Boys, we're going to have to go because we've got a big grid to get through. But we'll see you in 2 weeks' time.
Yeah, thank you.
Great race. No worries. Catch you soon.
Take care.
See you.
Martin.
Uh-oh.
I mean, first of all, we'll go to the bridesmaid. You were the bridesmaid of the bridesmaid.
My first P3. You can go.
Does that make you like a shit page boy today? I don't know what the
The rain boy, whatever you call it. I don't know.
the rainbow, mate. You did a very good job, and also kept your nose clean, right?
I did.
No penalties.
Yeah, no.
No penalties at all. Also, no penalties. Maku, well done.
Yeah.
Managed to jump up the position, and a great recovery drive. Unfortunately, though, you got that incident at the beginning, which we'll go into in a minute. But again, a lonely race, Liam.
No. I was sweating so much.
You were under pressure from quite a few different people, to be honest, throughout that race.
The entire race.
Yeah. No, but it was lots of different people, though, wasn't it?
And Jonty like a tenth behind me right at the end.
We didn't, but he had penalties, though, didn't he?
I don't care. I was not on track.
So it was fake pressure.
No,
it was that pretend pressure. Yeah.
I could have spun.
You could have. You're right. You could have spun. Quite right. But you didn't, and you still came across the line in third. So you got yourself another podium. So very well done. Mackie, what happened at the beginning? Then we missed it.
So.
Oh yeah. Before you get into it, sorry for the formation. That's my bad.
Yeah.
Whatever. I mean, it didn't really affect us. But...
Okay. Good.
We caught it just before, so it didn't really affect us too much. Really going down into turn 3, I think was me and Sap battling it out going into the corner. I decided to take it a little bit more carefully, and I think so did Saf. So, just watching my pace. It's wet. Have to be careful. This is the first tight corner. But I guess Tepcro had kind of the other idea of it. Basically, right at the apex of the corner, Tepcro did just slam into the side of me, which sent me into the side of Saf, which gave us both from wing damage, which sent us into hits. Okay. So yeah, really rather annoyed. I'm not happy, but you know, it's the curse of Silverstone for me. It's the curse of Silverstone. I can put in as much practice as I want. I will never find luck around this circuit.
I mean, you can't practice for people hitting you, right?
I mean,
if you're playing Wreckfest, you can.
Or if you're racing with me on track, you can.
There are many jokes to be made here, but yeah, the point has been got.
All right, no worries. We won't push it, Maku. And Monkey, I'm sorry we couldn't get you in. I'm sorry I had to unceremoniously kick you out at the last minute. I did actually offer to get you back in, but I don't have you as a friend, so I couldn't. So I'm sorry about the lobby limit.
Imagine John Todd punching Christian Horner in the face.
Oh, that's a lovely, lovely image. I'm not going to lie.
Oh, that's an amazing image.
I don't know which one I enjoy more, though. John Todd being punched or Christian Horner being punched. They're both arseholes, but never mind.
Did you see the restart, by any chance?
Did I see the restart?
Yeah.
He didn't even
Safety
see
car
the
restart.
start, so
My
No, I'm.
safety car restart.
I know you were quite far back.
Yeah, because Jesper overtook me before the line.
Oh, did he?
didn't
Yeah.
have
No,
to
I
wait
didn't.
long.
I mean,
No, I mean,
all I can
had to
say,
overtake him, but he did it
Well-
before the line, so.
just submit, both of you, because I can't go back unless someone gives me the thingy. Safso normally gives us the replay, but if you could submit, that would be fine. That would be
Sif,
better.
send them the email.
Yeah, yes.
Yes.
However,
Toto
however
sent
you
us
want.
an email.
Yeah, literally. Send us an email. If Civilized wants to do it, then go for it. And no, don't mind who sends it to me, but if you send it to me, I can. I and others can have a look. Anyway, I'm going to go, boys, because there's lots to get through tonight. But well done. Break week next week, and then we're Imola if it's there. If not, we're at Russia. So practice for Russia, pray for Imola.
Disgusting.
I know. See you later. Good job.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Wait, who was driver of the day?
Safso got driver there.
Sadly.
He, in the 5-lapper, and then you were just chasing your tails at that point. And then Beaker, you tried to do something different. Was that an accident, or was that?
No, it was
Just
at work too. I think wasn't a good position. I think I was P6 or 7 in the quality, and I thought it was really good. But someone moved on the braking really hard, and then it was done already.
Okay, but you came in for the intermediates though, didn't you? And
Oh, that was stupid. Yeah, no, that was.
that's what I was on about.
No, I was just trying. I mean, the race was already gone. It was. Yeah, I have like a piece of paper in my pedals, like between the pedal and like so there's no air, you know. So I instantly push on something. There's like a push in, but it fell out during the race 3 times and it was annoying.
So what's that for? You got a piece of paper in between your pedals.
No, like behind my brake pedal, yeah, there's like a sponge, like something you can push.
Yeah.
There's like but it's not, the pedal's not directly against it, so there's like a centimeter between, which is annoying. So I put a piece of paper between it, so you know the pressure's there from the start.
And it fell
doesn't
out.
Move like a centimeter, but it fell out. Yeah.
Ah, okay. So hardware issues compounded what could have been a good race.
Yeah. Well,
If,
I'm more disgruntled about the Ferrari that pushed me off the track. But
All I can say is submit, and we'll
no,
take a
but-
look.
yeah, it's hard to I think penalize it anyway because it happened in the sprint race.
Doesn't matter. It's the sprints and the thingies. It's going to be compressed into a whole penalty that will be applied to the race. It's the only way we can do it. Because obviously the sprint technically is a race as well. And there's no way we can do penalties in between. So the penalties from sprints will be moved over and included in the race. It's the only way we can do it.
Well, at least
So,
because of me, we found out the Inters were never the best tire.
No, definitely not. We did notice you dropping off the pace, but yeah, you were the guinea pig. It really didn't work out. We were quite surprised when we saw you go for green, but yeah, never mind. We at one point we thought, oh my god, this is a huge comeback from these guys. They're pushing their way through, but it wasn't to
At the start of
be.
the race, it looked really good because I was like I was P15 to P7 in 3 corners, I think, something like it. But
We saw you scything through the field together.
yeah.
It was like Beaker and Yonti and the Hasses, like all over again, which that was quite fun to watch. But Yonti, how did your race go? And obviously you finished 4th, managing to survive and get a good few points on the board. But that penalty stopped you really pushing on the back of Liam.
Yeah, I mean, I was still trying, you know, to get past in case he gets a penalty or something. But yeah, I just couldn't get the drive out of the corners anymore at that point. And yeah, qualifying, well, right in before we started, Bika told me not to invalidate, so obviously I invalidated the first corner.
Oh no! Yeah, of course. Because if you invalidate, you throw away such an opportunity. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, so I invalidated literally in the first corner, cutting it too much, and started P18 for the sprint. I made some good headway at the start, but on the start of the 3rd lap I was behind the Maku, just about to break into the top 10, and then between turn 3 and 4 he had some sort of weird tank slapper that then made him slow down unexpectedly, and I broke my wing on his rear end. And then it was just backpedaling again, and I ended up P15 for the race. But I was quite happy with the. With the comeback I managed to do in the race.
It's 11 places if you started P15.
I did start P15. In the first lap I gained a few corners with drivers around me making mistakes in the wet weather, and just capitalized on those. And the rest of the top 10 was just making a move at the time. And before the end of the race, managed to get past Jesper, and then I was behind Liam for a bit. And P4, I'm quite considering the circumstances, I'm quite happy with it. I feel I had the pace in the wet to challenge for a win, but I threw that away in the first 2 sections, so not much to do there.
Those Red Bulls are mighty fast, especially when they're fighting each